Welcome to the BTC show. My name is Charles Sumi. So for this episode, we had a tech enthusiast. Blaize is an entrepreneur and a global talent. We had to have good conversation. I asked Blaize all the questions about his journey as a global talent, his journey as an entrepreneur, and how he's been able to build an ecosystem that sustained him for the number of years he has stayed. So one good thing I've learned from most business people around here is the role of building an ecosystem and emotional support. So Blaize takes us on the journey of his role in the tech ecospace and what it takes to be a global citizen. But if you ever want to get into United Kingdom or any part of the world as a global talent, this episode is the one you should listen to. Hi Blaize.
Hi, Charles. How are you?
I'm good. Who are you?
I'm Blaize.
Blaize, Abo. Good to meet you, Blaize. You smile well.
Well, I try.
Calm down. Calm down.
Yeah.
Okay, so Blaize, let's get to meet you. Who's Blaize?
Oh, I'm Blaize. I see myself as a technologist, an innovator. I see myself as a problem solver, and it's what I've been doing for the past 15 years.
15 years as a teenager, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if I had a kid when I was 15 years ago, I'm 15 now. Yeah, so yeah. It's been a while.
So what it means is that we have several children in this 15 years, several ideas.
Yeah, I think if you put it that way, yes. Several ideas, because I've been through different transformations from media to data science to artificial intelligence to I think even virtual reality. I've been different things at different times. I've been co-founder of different companies at different times as well. I'm leading different companies at different times. So, yes.
So when I got into the UK to do this season, someone asked me to find Blaize for two reasons. They said there's some people you should meet. They said Blaize. I said why? Just meet him. And maybe I think I found out. But you have to tell me why I need to meet you, Blaize.
I mean, so I think for me it's all about who I am, right?
Yeah.
I'm a bit empathetic, right?
Yeah.
And I remember coming to the UK 3 years ago, and I basically just jumped in. You know, there was no soft landing. Aside a couple of friends I had in London and Croydon, I didn't have anyone else here. So having lived in Surrey, Ilford, and eventually in Birmingham now, I went through different transitions. Right, the first year of living in the UK was, I don't know what to call it, it was challenging. But then since having been through that process, I now try to support people like me coming in through, because in the end, I mean, having to leave Nigeria and coming to where you don't have anyone, it's always important that, there's a community that supports you. And I mean, since then, I've probably built a community of about 500 plus people like me across 27 sub-communities. Right, so whether you're in Birmingham, you're in Manchester, you're in Leeds, you're in Peterborough, but you came in like me, right, you have a support group in whichever city you are in. And so in Birmingham here, around me, I have a very good, I call them a few good men around me, and try to support ourselves, families, we work, with ideas and all of that. It's important because the very first year coming in here, I was blank. I mean, I've been in technologies for the past over a decade of my life. But coming in here, when I came in, I was blank. So it was a year of toiling and trying to figure out what to do. But then I started having these good guys coming in, and then my brain started working all over again. But then again, the reason why they asked you to reach out to me is I try to support everyone around me. And I get them to do the same thing.
Yeah, they were right?
Yeah, I guess.
So what's been like for you, for Johnny, for work, and coming as an immigrant from your own part of the world to evolving, making impact, and still relevant in this changing workplace?
Well, I mean, I think for me it's challenging, right? But like I always say to anyone, I never back down, right? I remember being a featured speaker at an event in Senegal, Dakar, in 2019. I remember getting the mail from Michael Bloomberg to be a featured speaker and a guest at an event, a Bloomberg Philanthropies event. It was the Africa Business Media Innovations for 2019 Dakar. I got the message. I did it the first time because I was having such a hard time at the time. But then I went back to the email. I said, maybe it's not spam. I brought it back up, signed Michael Bloomberg. I'm like, okay. I replied the mail, and eventually, I mean, when it all played out, being on the business class, having a BMW, I can't remember the series coming to pick me up and other business leaders. See myself, the first name on the guest speakers list. Still there today. See myself there. At a point in time, I had some imposter syndrome.
Are you sure they know what they are doing?
Yeah, because like major banks that you know right now in Nigeria, the CEOs were there. Major media companies that you know right now, calling the CEOs were there on that list, and I was there, right? But then when I came to the UK, sometimes I think about it like, Blaize, you were on that list today. You don't have to be afraid of anything. Do you understand now?
Yeah.
And so when I think about the things I've done before, people I've been with in the same room, I think that challenge, it came. But reassuring myself that I am who I am. I am who my father says I am. I'm who my mother says I am, then I have no worries. I just keep innovating, keep being out there, keep putting one foot in front of the other, and this is me here.
The tech ecosystem in the UK recognizes you as one of their voices, as one person that, apart from support STEM, you've had your hands in several projects like that. How has it been like? What's the tech ecosystem for you? What's been it for you and technology in this part of the world?
I think for me, back home, innovating, but coming in here, what I've tried to do is to listen in what's happening, right? And that's not what a lot of people like me are doing, right? So, and I understand that it's hard. You come in here, you struggle, you're trying to convert, you still converting naira to pounds or USD to pounds, and then you're focused on trying to get whatever job you can get, right, to make ends meet. So you're not innovative. You don't think. You don't have time to think, right? But somehow I was favored, right? To have
Blaize, I have water. You could always drink.
I'm all right. Yeah. But see, somehow I was favored to have a few, like I always say, a few good men around me, right? They know themselves whenever they watch this video.
Yeah.
And these are people that tell you things in your ear and says, Blaize, you can do this. Why not do this? Why not do it? And then so you start reaching out. The very first, maybe a year and a half, I wasn't really going out, right? But I think down there, I started doing, after that, I think into the second year, I started doing a lot of research, right? And with the research, I started understanding more or less about what was happening in the ecosystem. I started going out, and for me, it was all about supply and demand. If you do your research, if you listen to what's happening in technology, and like I always say, you follow the money. In my head, I tell everyone right now, where is the city investing its money, right? What technologies are they talking about that they want to invest in, right? I'm not all about building stuff out of passion. Yes, it's good to love what you build, but the question is, whatever you're building, is it what the city wants to solve, to use to solve a problem? Is it what's going to solve the problem that current people in the UK or whichever region you live in is facing, and then apply whatever technology stack that you have? And that's the approach I take to whatever I'm doing right now.
So if you ask me, tech solves problems. Yeah. Now, you've been on that part of tech solving problem in the workplace, and tech brought you to the UK. How has your journey been like? So this is the question I'm asking. Everybody wants to travel around the world, and everybody's still doing it. I tell people that most times the challenge we have is having the right people, hearing the right story, having the right person say how they've done it. And what's like, so when you have the right people talk about what their journey is, you listen more. And this is your own turf. So how has tech, your own journey to global tech co-creation been for you?
Okay. I mean, I always tell people that tech saved my life.
Tech saved your life.
Yes.
Blaize, you mean tech saved your life? Tech
always
saved
say-
your life.
I mean, I always say that, and just you know, for the benefit of those who don't know what that is. I mean, I've been doing tech for a decade right now,
Yeah.
and I think on the back of that was the reason why I got into the UK's Global Talent Visa program.
Okay.
Right. So this program is a program that supports whether you are a potential leader or a leader, external talent or promising talent in whichever sector. So I mean, they have that for the program for digital technology, architecture, engineering, arts and culture, fashion and design. And so if you're a leader in any of these spaces or potentially in any of the spaces, you can get into the program. So the program is because they want talents. UK wants to continue to be globally competitive. And as such,
That's the idea.
they are bringing in talents from all over the world to come in here, live, work, and improve technology or whichever sector they were in, right? And so I got in on digital technology for data analytics, exceptional talent.
Perfect.
You know, and so what that meant was that I could get in here and be able to live in the UK consistently for 3 years, and of course that also leads to settlement, and it's been amazing. I can always say I don't know if I was doing something else, if I would have been able to, come in through this pathway, but I'm glad that I was doing technology of some sort, and then eventually it was something that the UK said, okay, yeah, what you're doing is amazing, it's exceptional, and hey, we want you to come and build like I'm doing now in the UK.
So what you're saying is, if I'm a talent anywhere in the world and I want to get into the UK, I should go online, look for a name called Blaize, and he'll hold my hand and he'll bring me down to the UK. Smooth sailing, right?
I mean, I'm pretty everywhere, right? I'm pretty everywhere. Like I always tell everyone, one of the key things about even getting a global talent
Yeah.
is ensuring that your profile is digital friendly. For example, I'm an open book. If you put Blaize Abo on the internet right now, I'm pretty everywhere. You can find me up until the 5 pages, 5 page or 6 page of Google. Different things about me.
So let's Google. Let's look for Blaize.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so for me, it's about ensuring that the work you do speaks for you, right? Beyond what you tell me that you are,
Yeah.
can I be able to confirm those things from third-party sources? That is what the UK values the most. Yeah, you are going to submit a few items and all, but they will need to go and confirm and validate those items. From maybe news articles or maybe research or journals or some. I'm pretty on a lot of websites. I'm on the website of Mozilla Foundation. I'm on the website of Obama Foundation. I'm on the website of the U.S. Department of State. I'm on the website of Bloomberg. I'm on a lot of places, right? So, and these are the things that they want to see. That okay, yeah, you are a talent, not just because you say you are, but your work has been published on multiple places, and they can see and validate that. So yeah. And of course, that's kind of also what we do as a business, which is called the travel global mobility, which mobility can be interchanged with resettlement, right? For typically, I still remember my early years when we were trying to build startups or we're trying to be with co-founders. One of the key problems we were always having was, so you get invited to an event, but you're not able to go for the event. Why? Because you're chasing one visa or the other, and at the end they end up rejecting you. I remember the time I was invited for something in I think that year I got about 6 invitations. I got 6 invitations. I only managed to go to 2. The other 4 rejected me.
Why?
Just for flimsy reasons. Right? And so for me, when you start thinking about becoming a global citizen, you're a business person, you're an innovator, and you're being invited to share your knowledge, to share your innovation, right, your ideas on global stages. But then, because of the immigration issues or the visa issues, you can't get there. It's a problem. So that was when you start thinking about it. One day I said, you know what? I think I have to put myself on a path to be able to become that global citizen that I can just wake up one day, buy a flight ticket, and go wherever I'm invited to come do business. And the same way for every SME startup in Nigeria, in Africa that wants to be be globally competitive.
Yeah.
Right? You don't need those difficulties, those bottlenecks. You need to wake up one day, hop on a flight to DC without having to buy a flight ticket, without having to buy go apply for a visa.
I thought you said flight ticket. I was wondering why you started selling flight tickets.
Yeah, without having to get a visa because you're a global citizen, and that's what it's about. Because in the end, if you're doing business, you want to expand. You want to expand to Ghana, you want to expand to Spain, Europe, you want to expand to America, Middle East. You want to be able to expand to all of these places, right? And so it starts on the kind of visa that you have. I mean, what was it? Was it Dangote that said that despite all the money he has, despite he being who he is,
he's still find money.
Yeah, no, not that he's looking for money. He still needs about 31 visas to go around Africa.
And that's the richest man in Africa.
The richest man still needs 31 visas to go around Africa. Now, talk about me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and for me, that's what set me up on this path. To be globally competitive, I have to be in a country that works, a country that recognizes who I am, what I can achieve, what I can do for them, like I'm doing currently, and of course, people that we can help. So that's what it's all about.
So, for businesses that want to, like you said, be globally relevant, they've built their tent in Nigeria, they've built their tent in Ghana, in Egypt, and South Africa, and they're looking at how to be globally relevant. You're saying the idea is the opportunity for being a global talent gives you that leverage. What's the step? What do you think they need to do? I know they'll come to meet you at the end of the day, but let's say give them. This is the free consultation before you go and meet Blaize. The idea is, what do they need? What do businesses? What do people that are global? Because at the end of the day, the idea is the world is a global village.
Yep.
The ability for all of us to play globally still gives. You can't playing globally. Still there are some things that make you relevant. So, what are those things you think are basic things that make you fit into the criteria that has helped you on your own journey? You think we can also mirror from you?
Okay, so first thing first is I tell you about the process, the technology. Right.
Okay.
So the very first year we started doing this as a business, right? Helping founders, startups, at least conceive the idea that they may want to do a business expansion, right?
Okay.
It was all about assessment.
Okay.
And I was basically getting maybe 20 calls a day, but then down the line, so this was not
sustainable.
It was not sustainable. Because I was constantly burning out.
Yeah.
Right. I thought about, you know what? Okay, I just thought about something, and right now we built the first app, a self-assessment software that allows anyone at all go on. Then it was just for digital technology alone, right? To go and assess themselves, their background, their experience, and their business innovation ideas and products to see if it mixes or matches with what the requirements are for the endorsing bodies for the UK, right? But down the line again, we wanted to expand that, so we now built a suite of softwares that allows you to do multi-assessment. So now we build multiple assessments, whether it's for fashion, for agriculture, for digital technology, right? We can send you to a page where you can see multiple assessments that can serve different. So the first step is assessment, whether it's a discovery or it's deep. That's the first thing we do, right? Because we want to match you to the requirements and tell you, okay, this is what they are asking you for in terms of evidence to validate that you are exceptional or you're promising for business, for yourself, for the work you've done for industry, for CSR, for communities, for NGOs, for non-profits. They want to see all of those things. For industry, they want to see beyond being perfect in your company, right? Have you been contributing to the digital technology or whatever vertical you represent? They want to see that. So they won't be able to validate that. So you need to mix and match the requirements versus what you are and what you've done. So we do that. But now we have a software that we give that is out there, and you can use that to do a self-assessment. So beyond self-assessment, we can now maybe put you on a premium consultation where we can get you end-to-end from beginning to end, right, to ensure that you put the best case forward. So towards whether it's your product innovation, whether it's your business innovation, whether it's your contribution to the industry, we do all of those assessments, advanced assessments, and guide you into what is needed to be able to, for your business to be considered as exceptional or promising, and then you can move into the UK.
Blaize, I'm asking you this question because I'm not asking you if it has worked for you. I'm asking you what do you think most people should consider? Why should we consider this route being a global talent,
Okay.
the global talent route? Why is it more important? Why is it your best sell? Why is it like the best thing anyone can do if they want to go that route?
I mean, first and first, I want to tell you how fantastic the UK government is.
Okay,
Right,
perfect.
because of the resources available for anyone who is a talent, who has innovation, who has the ideas. They have multiple loans opportunities. Some of them you don't even pay anything for, right? You don't. There's no what do you call it again? My help, they help it with it. Yeah, great. There's no you don't have that.
Wait, yeah.
There are those that there are grants, right?
Yeah.
There are awards, competition awards that you can win for your businesses. So a whole lot of money are available for SME startups to support them. Now that's out of the way. Now back to your question. The value to this is you want a place that the system works, all right? And of course, coming in here via this route, the good thing is that it also leads to eventual settlement, right?
Okay.
And eventually becoming a citizen of the country as well.
If it's on your cards, yeah.
Yes, if it's on your card. Now, so one thing you need to understand about the global talent visa is that there are two pathways. There's the one for exceptional talent, which I came in through.
Okay.
That one is you get 3 years. So
Okay.
that means 3 years until you become eligible to become permanent resident.
Okay.
It's called indefinite leave to remain,
Okay.
right? Then the other one, if you're considered as a potential talent, then your pathway is 5 years.
Okay.
But then there's a rule which says that you must stay for each of. So in my state, for example, I needed to have stayed in the country for at least 180 days.
6 months.
Yes,
In a year.
for it to count as a year for me.
Okay.
So same thing for those who are on the 5-year route as well. And at the end of it, you just have to show proof that coming in here as a digital technology expert, they want you to have worked in the space.
Okay.
They want you to
Perfect.
have earned money in the space of digital technology. They want you to have paid your taxes in the space of digital technology, right? And at the end of the your 3 years down the line or your 5 years, just show proof that all around you've earned money in that space in which you were endorsed, you've paid your taxes, and you'll be all right. And the promise you get it.
So, what's like the workplace for a tech enthusiast like you that has the tech skills? What's it like work for them in the United Kingdom?
Oh well, there's a lot of open opportunities. If you think about it, there's lots of work for people who are in innovation, who are in software development. I haven't seen a software developer that comes in here and stays a long time to get a job. They always get jobs, right? The same thing with business analysis. The same thing with data science. Because there's a whole lot of data, right? And so they're always looking. Same thing with product innovation. And so that's why the way they did the eligibility criteria, right? So because there's a whole lot of other verticals, digital tech, fashion, engineering, but right now I'm just talking about digital tech only now. Now the way they did the criteria for that is that they have some specific jobs or roles that says, okay, you must be in this role, maybe a product designer, maybe you must be in data, maybe you must be in software or UI UX design, or product management. It's deliberate because they know that this is based on the data that they have. These are the areas that is deficient, where there's gap. And so they want you to come and fill in these spaces. So in the end, there's always a job. But one thing I always say is that I always tell everyone who wants to come in, please have money for a runway. Like I always say,
I didn't see that coming.
no, it's the truth. No, I'll be frank with you, yeah. Pound sterling is not anyone's mate.
That's why it's called pound sterling.
It has a surname, yeah. So you need to have some runway. That if you're coming in here with your family, you need to be able to at least not owe anybody. Everything here right now is on direct debit. So long you're able to pay, right, you're right. And I tell people, say the truth there is that it all depends on what you have as an outlook, right? The UK can give you a whole lot, right? But then it's all about balancing expectations.
Yeah.
I tell everyone here, the truth is, if at the end of the month you're able to pay all your bills, all your direct debit, and you don't owe anyone, and you have a good credit score, you're fine. Because if you have a good credit score and you have a paying job, you can go get the Range Rover. I'm paying £500 a month and then financing it over the years. That's the truth.
This is your priority.
I'm just saying, you can also go and get a 500K house, right? Maybe pay 10% or 5%, and you know, and you live in a 500K house, 5 bedroom.
Blaize, you're giving people hope. You're giving them hope.
I'm just saying that. I mean, you should have priorities, right?
Yeah.
And understanding what's important.
Yeah.
Right. Being able to understand that you need to have a runway when you're coming in here, right? From my experience, frankly, if you don't have people around you,
Yeah,
right,
emotional support. Yeah.
you will struggle, and that's why I try to create. There's a very close community I have of friends and families that I've had from back in Nigeria, and most of them also came in through me, working with them to also. They are like entrepreneurs like me. I'm coming in here as well, and luckily for me, it's the most people live around me. And then there's now the larger group of 500 people across the UK who we continue to promote and support themselves. So that's what's important, community.
I wish I could leave you to continue talking, but let's talk about Blaize.
Okay.
Let's talk about Blaize.
What do you want to know?
Who's Blaize? Aside work.
Oh, well, aside work, you won't see this coming up. Blaize is an artist.
Interesting. I was waiting. When you say artist, which part of arts?
I paint.
Wow.
Digital and traditional acrylic oil. Yeah, I do that. I do all of that. I've been doing that since I was very small.
Interesting.
I know you see that coming.
I didn't see it coming, you know.
Yeah,
So that's why it's good to ask questions. Good questions.
I'm also a song producer.
So that was where you got the name Blaize, right?
No, Blaize is actually my name. It's my real name, yeah. And I'm sure you didn't know that.
Your government name.
Yeah, it's my boss name, yeah. It's my government name. Yeah.
It's your government name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so for me, I mean, people don't say all that coming, but I think whatever I do right now that has to do with product innovation
Okay.
came from what I've been doing back when I was small. Started from writing poems, poetry, then doing paintings and all of that. And then eventually, from university...
You have a painting of about £10,000. Yeah.
I don't know if they are worth anything right now. But
Don't say they don't.
They're just somewhere.
You know this thing is perception at the end of the day, right? Okay. I was just reminding you.
I mean, for me, it's been a consistent transition.
Okay.
And I think all of these experiences are because right now I manage a team of, how many are there again? I think directly my team about 36, thereabouts, indirectly maybe about 70, thereabouts.
Okay.
The other part of it, the other 40 of them are those that maybe we work with them maybe 4 times a year.
Okay.
When we do data collection across the federation, we bring them in and then they work with us 4 times a year. So about 40 of them, but the other ones, that's the other number. And so for me, I like to tell them that I've been where they are at different times in my life. Right?
Okay.
Haven't been multiple things. I tell you, I know this work because I've been there before. I used to be a writer. I know how to write very, very well. I used to be a graphics designer. Like, I'm very good at that. A UX. So I've written some code before. So I know all of those things. Now I do products. I do AI. I built some AI software in 2017. So when everyone's talking about AI today, I'm like, oh yeah, it's fine. But hey, dude, I did this in 2017, 2018. I know where you're coming from, right? So I've been multiple things at different times. So it's what enables me to see the perspectives of challenges people are facing, people who work with me or who are my friends. And so that's the Blaize, that's the me, yes.
What's your thoughts on AI in the workplace?
Yes, I mean, there's just a fear-mongering that goes around where they say AI is going to take jobs. I agree, but I don't agree.
Okay.
Now, human beings, by default, we are hard-headed, right?
Including you and I, right?
I mean, yeah. We don't agree for anybody, really. Right? Nobody for anybody. You know. But the truth is that, but that's not the aspect I'm talking about right now.
Yeah.
What I talk about is the fact that sometimes I've consistently innovated over the years.
Yeah, true.
I used to be a writer. I used to be a journalist.
Okay.
I used to go for press releases.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But I woke up one day and said, I didn't see myself in this space in the next 10 years. Now, not because there's anything wrong with it. No, the media are fantastic partners to my organizations, in parentheses, right? Today. And I've been doing a lot of media innovation for the past 7 years, supporting newsrooms across Africa. I've been doing all of that through my organizations. But now, the truth there is that AI is here to stay, right? But we need to begin to think of how we upskill ourselves, our organizations, our family members, because at the end, there's no point in, you see that this thing is going to scale your activities, right? And so you need to find a way to upskill. But if you do not, that's where you say, oh, AI is going to take someone's job. Because right now, you go on ChatGPT, you go on Grok, you go on Copilot, you go on, there's a whole lot of them out there, you go on Perplexity, Gemini, all of these tools out there can do things that we never imagined. I'll be frank with you. In 2016, 2017, when I tried, access AI, building my AI of my own, right, to solve some problems around financial technology and for elections, right, community engagement elections. Now, what we have here right now that is free is enterprise AI. That's what we have that is free, right? And this is the best time for everyone to embrace and learn how they can use it to improve. And one more thing is, it's just like saying, oh, yeah, drink, that's free beer, but also drink responsibly. What everyone's looking at, I'm going to cap it. What everyone doesn't look at is, so when it comes to AI, there's AI governance and AI responsibility. And I'm heavy on the governance part, how AI is built, how AI is used, how AI is applied. And I tell people, I think that's a much, much bigger market than every other thing else everyone's talking about.
What would you tell your younger version?
Oh, well, interesting.
Like somewhere in a part of the world.
Yeah. Or maybe in a different multiverse or something, right?
So you also believe in the multiverse?
I do.
Interesting.
I wish you'd asked me those questions earlier.
Elon has a brother.
So I'll tell you something about my upbringing, right? I started reading books that advanced knowledge from way small, or when I was very little.
Your parents did a good job.
No, my dad did. My mom's a teacher, so
okay.
My dad was more like...
So you see, parents, teachers try well.
Very. Just that they're not paid well, sadly.
So, but the new world have teachers, different version of teachers.
Different versions of teachers. I agree. They're all over Instagram and TikTok and all of that, yeah. Now, I'll tell you something. I started reading a book called The Chronicles of the World when I was very small.
Wow.
Very big, very big.
It's very big. That's what I'm saying. Wow.
Yeah, very big. I started reading it, and that was what transitioned my thoughts and expanded my visions and things I wanted to become eventually. So I knew that there were things that were not in my immediate disposition, but they were somewhere, and they have been somewhere. And so I think my younger version did fine. Right, it did fine. And if I was to tell my younger version something, I think I would say to have stuck to technology very earlier.
Give you the edge.
Yeah, very earlier, because think about it. When I was in university, my final year in 2005 in Namza University.
Unizik.
Unizik.
They say it's one of the best universities in Nigeria. Is that true?
They say it was good to me. It was good to me, frankly. But I'll tell you something.
If you said otherwise, I would have had an issue.
Yeah, you went there too, right? Yes.
Possibly.
So I tell you something. Yes, around 2005, we were doing our projects and we were borrowing laptops.
Reality of third world.
We were borrowing laptops to work. Like I had to borrow someone's laptop in the final year. An adult in the final year, you borrow laptops. But our kids have laptops.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think for me, it was just I remember a platform called it was a blog at the time, and I think it was there was a lady called Ariana Huffington at the time, owner of I think it was Huffington Post at the time. Pretty big. She does other things right now, but I think I think there was something around how the platform grew from that 03, 04, 05. And why wasn't I at the part of the world that saw that part of technology, even if it was built on WordPress?
Yeah.
Right. Why wasn't I a part of that world, or that saw that and picked up that and then started building? So I think for me, I was just a dude, man. Wherever you are, younger self, put your head in technology earlier on. We were like little adopters of technology. We're not doing that now, but yes, we should have gotten technology earlier.
Should we end, please, or should we continue?
I can talk all day.
I figured that out. Have you broken your coconut?
I have not.
No. Literally, have you broken your coconut? Would you say on your journey that you've broken the coconut? So let me explain. Please
do, yeah.
So the coconut could be anything, Could be that big thing you want to do. Have you broken it? Have you figured it out? Okay, you're still thinking. Don't worry.
I'm thinking.
I have a
Trust me-
physical
trust me,
coconut.
There,
So-
there
so-
are always bigger things I want to do.
So take this coconut.
Okay.
This is a gift.
Okay. Thank you.
Be careful. It's not the kind.
So what happens after this then?
Break it. Don't break it here. So you don't create more problems.
Yeah, but thank you for this. Thank
Yeah.
you. I like coconuts anyway.
Good. This is a gift. Don't eat it like others. This is special.
How do you recommend I eat it?
Make your choice.
Okay.
Thank you, Blaize.
Thank you so much. Guys. I appreciate this conversation.
Nice having you. So how do we meet Blaize?
Sorry?
Email. How do we follow you?
Oh yes, I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
You put Blaize about BLAISEABOH. I'm everywhere on the internet, and I believe the first thing you're going to see is my LinkedIn profile, and so from there you can stumble upon my other businesses. Those I work for, those I own, and all of that. Yeah. So, and of course, our chief platform where we try to help assist startup founders, SMEs for business expansion is called Travel Global Mobility, which is www.travel.com, TRAAVU.com. Thank you.
So when they come to you that they want to travel around the world, don't worry, just help them. Yeah.
Free assessments is always there, so yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Tell them I sent you, but charge them too. Thank you,
Thank
Blaize.
you so much. Guys. Yeah, thank you so much.
It's time for you to subscribe. Subscribe to the BTC show. If you don't subscribe, how would we know the number of those who watch it? Subscribe. Click the subscribe button. Follow us on YouTube, Breaking the Coconut Show. Yes, Breaking the Coconut Show. Thank you. Thank you for breaking your own coconut.